It's that time of year that I don't sit facing the street. Oh yeah, the perps were out when we were decorating. Well, I wasn't decorating. Everybody else was. They were probably pissed off at me for not helping, but I usually do. So screw them. So anyways, as they were decorating, the perps came by a lot to honk the horns like usual. And at one point, they were decorating, so the door was open, right, the garage door. And I happened to see somebody pull up to the house and blast his music, right? So I see him do it, so I get up to look, and I see him turning the dial, like he was, putting the music higher. And of course he had like red trim in his car. His car was black, but had red trim all inside of it. Like the seats were red trim, the tires, everything. So I looked at him, he looked up and saw me, and he sped off. Because he could have pulled up at anybody's house. But he decided to pull up in front of my house because the door was open. They really are trying to see what I have in the garage. They want to steal. That's why I pray about that every night, because I don't know, you know what I mean? Like I've had these dreams where I'm fighting off these perps in my garage, like they got in. There's no way you can get in. There's no lock to pick or nothing, so they really can't get in. So good luck with that. But God is gonna make sure you're not getting in. I almost forgot to pick up my dry cleaning. My hoodie, my camouflage hoodie that I'm wearing. I had the sleeves taken in because they were too long. I forgot to go get them before Thanksgiving. And they weren't closed on Friday because of the holiday too. It was like an extended day this year. And then Saturday they're already closed, so I was like, okay, I could go Sunday. So I did that. I went Sunday. I was like, let me call before I go in there just in case. So, every time I'm on the phone I hear an echo. My voice is echoing, so if somebody's listening in or hacked in, whatever. Unfortunately, we can't find out who it is. They have advanced technology now that we can't find out nothing. But they can find out everything about us and spy on us. So, well, one day somebody's going to spy on them and they're not going to like it. They really don't think the program is going to be turned around on them. I don't know how. So, I see a really red car. So when I got to the corner here, I didn't go to Dunkin' straight away. I went, I kept going straight because I had to go pick up my dry cleaning. So looking there, one of the Three Stooges is in there, and he knows the cashier. He had a Chiefs jacket on. It was red, right? And like red lettering on it. But Chief Queef, that's what that reminded me of. That's what they were doing, though. They were trying to remind me of stuff like that when they wear stuff like that. That's what they would do to all of us. So I'm waiting at the corner. I laughed at it. And I had my Miami Dolphins umbrella, because they keep wearing the Dolphin stuff in front of me. They don't like that team. I do. So of course they're gonna do anything to try to get me mad. So I'm not gonna yell at you for wearing that stuff. I don't do that. I don't know how anybody thought I would just be pissed off like that, but so you hear the helicopter? There's a helicopter. I feel like they hate me. Anyway. Yeah, so guess who meets me at the corner? It's crossing against the light, no light. It was the Voodoo Smurf. He's talking to himself the whole time. He's looking ahead of me, but he's, when they look at you sideways a little bit to see if you're looking at them. Yeah. So he was talking to himself. I'm like, hey, what's up, guy? And I cross the street. And what happens when I cross the street? Well, the first two perps show up, and it's been like the guy with the red and black plaid pajama pants. His friend decided to come around at that time with their phones out. So I'm like, oh, nice synchronization, guys. And they looked at each other and then they kept walking. I don't give a shit if they. I don't care if everybody thinks I'm crazy to do it. Fuck you. And you hear the sirens again. And the beeping. So I laugh at that, right? And I get to the first corner before the dry cleaners. A guy cuts me off to get to the corner. And two guys come around. I saw them waiting. Like, I looked over and I saw them. They were just waiting and smoking, and then they moved as soon as I got to the corner. One was wearing a red coat. The other one was wearing a black coat. What a shocker. So this guy cuts me off. He goes and hangs out over there. Like, he walked over to them, and then they walked past him. So I'm like, come on now. Yeah. He starts coughing and then looking back. So then I coughed louder. I really had a cough, actually. But I was like, I did it way more than him. So I'm like, mine's louder. So I guess they didn't like that, and they texted other people. Because as soon as I started walking back, every car had one headlight. That's a shocker, too. Just like that red bag is a shocker. Anyways, and a yellow jacket. Come on now. They always use yellow, red, blue, green, lime green. American flags. Baby blue, because I had a hoodie that's my favorite hoodie. So they have to, show me that they're better than me, but they're not. So all this shit, right? So I gave them all the finger as I'm walking back to Dunkin'. I get to Dunkin', I sit down in my chair, my favorite chair, But before I do that, I go pay for my stuff, right? So I got a coffee and a donut. And the cashier, him and Voodoo Smurf got this thing where they text each other when I'm around. And I knew something was up with him anyway, because he was already next to me all the time, every time I go in there. He's like, what do you want? Like, the fuck, And if I was a Karen, I would have said, the fuck are you talking to me like that for? But I didn't. So, I ordered my stuff, and for some reason, he punched in the wrong amount. I don't know if he did that on purpose or because he's stupid. He put in $20. I bought coffee and a donut, so it was like $6, right? 6 and change. I gave him 2 5s. So I don't know how he got $20 to punch that in. Then he takes out his cell phone and puts the calculator on to see how much he has to give me back. Don't you work as a cashier? He has not given me the wrong change ever, so he's like, just give me a minute. I'm like, okay. Like, I didn't yell at him or nothing. He was waiting. I think he was waiting for it. That's what it is. A lot of people look at me. I got a wrestling bitch face, so I'm still I'm gonna scream at you, but I'm not. Only if you deserve it. You act like a fucking little bitch and a crybaby. Don't act like my child, because I didn't give birth to you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? All because of that shit that they did on Friday didn't work. So I was laughing about that day. So, as soon as I sat in the chair, I waited patiently, sat in the chair. Every car came by, one headlight. So I gave him the finger every time. Now I hear ambulance after ambulance after ambulance coming by. I'm like, come on. That's too obvious. So I'm laughing, right? So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stay there for a little longer now, because they're, just to piss them off, I charge my phone. And this guy comes in, he buys himself a hot coffee. He stays outside because he's smoking. but he's in my view. You know what I mean? Like, you don't. Yeah, they always do that. They always stand. Whoever sits in that chair, that first chair, they always gonna block your view. Oh, he could look the American flag. I told you. I don't know if I got it on camera, but that guy had a cover on his back wheel with American flag. So anyways, here comes all the neighbors now. Nosy bitches. Anyway. So now I'm sitting there for a while. So he's, you know, it could have been anywhere he would stand. He could stand on the other side or whatever. No. He chose to stand there and get the back of me. Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty. Anyways, he kept looking back, right? He pushed the coffee down the little ledge. I don't know how he didn't drop it because the ledge is small. And he kept looking back. So I'm like, okay. So let me put my nice Target bag that I used to pick up my dry cleaning where he could see it. So I flattened it out, and then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I'm going to take the jacket out a little bit. Just a little bit. I took it out of the bag. But I left it flat. Then I had taken my camouflage hat off. It was sweaty. That dry cleaning was like steam, like a steam room. I don't know how she wasn't sweating. So I put that on top of it. And I folded it nice. I spread it out nice so you could see it. He took one look at it. Eyes bulged out of his head, and he walked away. Like, so easy to like scare them off. It's funny. So now they're deleting my car. Oh, look, that's Booty Bandit's brother, and he's wearing camouflage. Or shocker. So am I, bitch. So am I. I'm wearing my hoodie and my hat. It's enough camouflage for today. Oh, wait till I wear all camouflage constantly. Oh, look at the doggy out the car. So cute. Anyway. Yeah, they already saw Booty. I saw Booty Bandit last night twice, too. Him and his mom were walking around. They got Chinese food. They know I like Chinese food. They did that a lot. Friday? Oh my god, I ordered Chinese food when I got home. Every person that passed by had Chinese food. Or, bought Chinese food. And they kept looking at me, and they were wearing the colors too, like, camouflage, lime green, red and black, all of it. I just didn't film it because I wasn't by myself. And then that voodoo Smurfy actually came in, but gave the cashier an empty cup. And he kept looking over too at me, the cashier. He was a booty bandit too. He kept hearing his crack in the summer. He's like, I don't really want to see your hairy ass, thank you. And he had camouflage underwear on. I watched him the whole time. He kept picking his pants up, pulling them down. Like he would see me and he would pull them down, or he thought it was funny. Stuff like that. It's little petty stuff. They're very petty. They haven't graduated from junior high school yet. And they're in their 40s and 50s. Sometimes even older. It's really sad when they get the little kids to do the stuff, and then, when they get the elderly involved too. I mean, if you join those lodges too, I don't feel bad for you then. But yeah, what happens is when I go somewhere, I have to take car service, and I gotta schedule car service like either a day or two in advance. Now your dog's gonna bark too as I'm talking, of course. And I usually get a confirmation phone call the day before, and a text message and an email. And we got the email, so like, what time are these people coming? Oh, they're past the time they were supposed to come. So I'm gonna have to call them directly because they weren't answering the phone. The cab service was calling. It's another service they're using. But because I'm going somewhere, I think it's gang stalking anyway. Delay in my car. So when I get off the phone with you, and when I finish this video, I'm gonna call the actual other company, and then I'll put this video on YouTube, And, you know, they always gang stalk me where I'm going to, you know. So, this place especially, like if I sit out front, like if I have plenty of time, I usually go have lunch, or just sit in front of the building if it's nice out. And, you know, all the perps come around, do their little skit. Well, there was, I think there's a homeless shelter over there for mental people.
Hey. I just took the ears up.
Right in blue, huh? And loud too on the phone. Oh, he stinks. I smell him from here. It's gross. Well, it ain't me. I'll take a shower. So. See what I mean? I heard somebody screaming too on the phone. Not on the phone. In the neighborhood. My camera caught somebody screaming. I was like, okay. You ain't doing it in front of my house. I ain't putting it on YouTube. That's all I gotta say to the perps. A lot of red lettering on these trucks. Yeah, screaming. I don't know if I'm catching on video, but someone's screaming. I just talked about that too. They don't. Caught across there. And two neighbors just synchronizing me on this side because I'm facing this side. When I face the other way, they do that too. So they don't like it when TIs talk to each other, right? So I was talking to not just one person last night, a couple people. I got so many ambulances, man, fire trucks, police, every siren you can think of, and they all got the same thing on their end too. Because, you know, we were having a good laugh and having a good time, you know, laughing and talking. So they figure they're gonna try to get at us. And that couple that was screaming, the girl that was screaming at her boyfriend the day before, they were all lovey-dovey yesterday. You know, it's funny. I left Duncan right after a while. So I come over here, and as I'm walking, I'm talking on the phone, two assholes over here had the trunk open. I mean, they were getting stuff out of the trunk. They actually had bags full of stuff, but it was like so perfectly timed, you know, when they open the trunk as soon as you walk past them, or they do that in front of your house. They always do that in front of my house, but the guy was sitting in his trunk. I don't know if you noticed that. Who the fuck sits in their trunk? He had the engine on the whole time. He's sitting in the trunk. He was there like 10, 20, at least 20 minutes. I watched the video footage. I had to make it a little longer because there wasn't enough footage the first time. Like, it kept breaking up. I was like, let me film this motherfucker a little bit longer. But that's how they spy on us. They sit in their car and they blast the radio that the window's down. And they just sleep, you know, look at our house. They think things first. Yeah, I don't think they're coming. But they're doing something across the street. I don't know if they're fixing their house or whatever. So the person that was, you know, taking the stuff out, you see the garbage bags, so they broke stuff, whatever. I don't know if they're moving. That would be awesome if they did. That's why they're not coming out as much as they used to. You know, sometimes when the perps, you know, are moving, they don't come out as much as and target you that much. And then they start becoming less with it. But the guy that is throwing the garbage out, he always wears a plaid red and black shirt. But he synchronizes me a couple times. Like, I'm surprised he's not doing it right now. Hey, the starlings. Alright, let me try to pull the place. I'll put this up.